Well, hello everybody. I hope you can all hear me. We're actually live on Facebook. My name is Peter Huvine, and I have a particular reason for going live today. Hopefully this video will go well. My purpose for going live is to cover a particular topic. Or you might divide it into two topics. The first topic, or introductory topic, is having to do with the so-called bird flu. Apparently a lot of birds have been coming down with a type of flu that has been named the H5N1 flu, and in actuality this has a certain meaning. Excuse me one second. That is the H5N1. Each one of those designated characters has a certain meaning in classifying this bird flu. And the problem has been that the bird flu has allegedly spread to cattle. Cattle meaning, cows that give us milk. And there's been, according to the newspapers, a tremendous concern that this bird flu is going to leap over to farm workers who work with cattle. That is, after the cows catch this bird flu, the farm workers are going to get the flu, and they're going to spread it to the general population. Now, I'm just going to lay that narrative out without any objections, although I do have my own suspicions about it. So yesterday, Thursday, the New York Times explains on page 815, that's Thursday, May 23rd, 2024. This video is being made on Friday, May 24th, 2024. So that is in yesterday's paper. It says the CDC, Centers for Disease Control, in other words, finds second case of bird flu in humans. In other words, they have allegedly identified one more person, because up to this point there had only been one person who had been identified as actually having a case of bird flu. But now they found another human worker, a farm worker, who apparently, caught this bird flu through working with cattle, or working with cows, whatever you want to say. It says here, a farm worker in Michigan has been diagnosed with bird flu, state officials announced on Wednesday, making it the second human case associated with the outbreak in cows. Well, apparently, I really don't know the manner in which it is found that someone actually has this bird flu, so I can't really follow the ins and outs of it. I'm sorry, but I guess a medical doctor or someone trained in this aspect of disease would have to inform us about how they actually know through the tests that a particular type of virus has been diagnosed in a human subject. At any rate, this idea that the bird flu is going to spread to the general population is sometimes accompanied by the thought that maybe one half of humanity, I'm throwing out this fraction, might be infected, and that a very large proportion of these would be fatal cases. We know that there are some communicable diseases that result in a high proportion of fatalities, but apparently the flu that the farmer got was just a light case. Somewhere it says here. Well, I don't know where it says it in here, but it says Officials said that the individual became infected with the virus called H5N1 after exposure to infected livestock. The individual had only mild symptoms and has fully recovered. So this person did not develop a fatal case of disease. Now, what I want to do, this is yesterday's paper, I want to go back to May 2nd, because on May 2nd, the New York Times had a total of 3 articles on this bird flu issue, and has had quite a few articles since, as a matter of fact, since until yesterday's article. And the one I want to really emphasize today is this article. The U.S. warns of health risk in consuming raw milk. Now, what is raw milk? Raw milk is, what is raw milk? Raw milk is milk that comes right out of the cow and has not been heated to kill allegedly malicious bacteria that form in the milk. Apparently this is an older process. At one time, for thousands of years, people just consumed regular fresh cow's milk without heating it. But eventually a process called pasteurization was implemented, in which the milk was heated and allegedly the bad bacteria in the milk were killed. Well, there's also a lot of good bacteria in the milk. So at any rate, U.S. warns of health risk in consuming raw milk. It says here, and this is dated Thursday, May 2nd, 2024, page A19 of the New York Times. It says here, while maintaining that avian influenza, which we just discussed, bird flu, avian influenza, bird flu, while maintaining that avian influenza poses a low risk to the general public, health officials again warned on Wednesday about the potential risk of unpasteurized milk. We continue to strongly advise against the consumption of raw milk, Dr. Donald Prater, acting director of the Center for Food Safety and Applied Nutrition at the Food and Drug Administration, said at a news conference. Well, it goes, then it quotes several other individuals. I don't know if we need all of that. This other person says, it quotes several experts. He says, if you're consuming pasteurized milk or dairy products, quote, I'm confident the risk level is extraordinarily low at this point. Well, that's pasteurized. In other words, they're saying, get your pasteurized milk and there won't be any bad bacteria in that. Another article right next to this, let me show you these 2 articles. There's the raw milk article, and here is another article which says tests show pasteurized dairy foods, the ones that are heated to kill the bacteria, are free of bird flu. So it's like a double whammy ad, against raw milk here. How many people have died of raw milk here? The same bacteria, this I'm quoting from the Times, the same, in that same article that I cited about U.S. warns of health risk in consuming raw milk. The same article that commonly cause foodborne illnesses like Salmonella, E. coli, and Listeria can fester in raw milk. Yum, they can fester in raw milk. Okay. Between 1998 and 2018, researchers linked over 200 outbreaks, which sickened 2,645 people and led to 228 hospitalizations to raw milk. People who are very young or very old, are pregnant, or have compromised immune systems are particularly likely to get seriously ill from the pathogens in raw milk, said Darwin Detwiller, a food safety expert and professor at the College of Professional Studies at Northeastern University. Well, the problem with the statistics, the 2,645 people that were affected, we don't have anything else to relate it to. It could be that just plain water has resulted in outbreaks of, we don't know how many people. In other words, what can we compare this figure to? It could be that people scratching their noses resulted in 3,000 infections. So there's nothing to compare it to, and I think this is the fault of a journalist. And this is a very interesting article. I wish I could read the whole thing, but I don't have that much time, and it'd probably be a problem for copyright or whatever. But what I want to say then is that nowhere in this article does it seem to say why people would want to consume raw milk. So I'm, by the way, living in farm country where there are like tons of dairies around here. A lot of milk is produced. Over the border in Vermont, raw milk is more easily accessed, and I do actually have access to a raw milk producer in Vermont. Now, why would I want to drink raw milk? The first reason that I would want to drink raw milk is that a U.S. government agency recommended against it. When I read that, I immediately said to myself, I've got to have some of this raw milk. I had never had raw milk before, but now it's definitely a must. So I ran out to my to a place in Vermont that I had heard has raw milk, and I did get some. And I'll show you what this milk looks like. It comes in this particular producer. Let me see. Okay. This particular producer bottles it in these nice bottles, and I'll even show you their name if I can. Let's see here. Okay, so there we go. It's Larson's, and in this thing it says they have to put a warning, I guess, because of the federal government. It says consuming raw unpasteurized milk may cause illness, particularly in children, seniors, persons with weakened immune systems, and pregnant women. So my second reason for buying this raw milk is it might be tasty. It might actually be, I didn't know what to expect. I'll tell you that when I first drank it, I was very much pleased. It seemed more fresh and flavorful to me. Whatever psychological component might have been involved in that reaction of mine. There are many other reasons. The health reasons are that it may have a balance. Besides the bad bacteria that could be in milk, there are a lot of good bacteria as well. Now, I'm not recommending that anyone drink this at all. That's your business. I'm just telling you my own experience and my own psychological state that is not yet controlled by the federal bureaucracy. And here's another reason, though, that I like the milk. I don't know if you can see this, but in raw milk, there's actually a separation there between the cream and, I guess, what we call the skim milk. In other words, after you skimmed off the cream, there's something that used to be called skimmed milk. Now they call it 1%, 2%, whatever. And this is what intrigues me very much. And the reason why also is that I have an old piece of equipment called it's called a cream separator it's a piece of glass basically from 1906, and in a separate video I'll show how the cream is separated from the milk using this piece of apparatus. But by buying the raw milk, I'm able to see how I will be able to actually use this piece of antique apparatus to, you know, to just see how it actually works. Well, my final part of this video, I am going, you know, can you see the, you might be able to see the line there separating the cream from the milk a little bit better. Not sure. I hope so. Okay, now we're going to open this up, and this substance, which has been recommended against, I'm going to have a drink of it. Let me shake this up, get the cream in the milk, and kind of homogenize it temporarily. Probably not to federal standards, but now I am going to pour this milk into a cup, and let's see if I can show you this process, just to show you that actually, this is rather heavy, and it's going to spill all over, but there's the milk. There we go. Okay, so now here I have a real, there's the milk there, friends. And now I'm going to drink the milk and end this video. This is highly recommended against by a certain agency official of the federal government. I don't mean any disparagement of our public officials, but I will drink this. Hope everybody is ready. It's quite good. Delicious. Okay, my friends, so you don't believe I drank it? Okay. Milk, see? Good milk, whole milk, delicious. I don't recommend it for anyone else but myself, but there are lots of people who do drink it around here because allegedly it has some health benefits. It has a different mix of bacteria, perhaps, bacteria, some of which are necessary for the digestion, allegedly. So I'm going to end the video here. Please understand that I don't recommend, I don't necessarily recommend drinking the milk. That's up to you. But there it is. So have a great day. And how do I turn this thing off? Okay. Yes, have a great day. And this is Peter Duveen signing off on May 24th? Let's see. Yes, Friday, May 24th, 2024. See you all later.